Hello and welcome. My name is Iris Dams and I work with the Australia University of Applied Science. Today we want to introduce you to the soil tool. You find it in the Toolbox on the Energypedia website. The soil tool is part of the IRRIGATE module. Here again we use the data of the country case card Kenya to demonstrate how to use this tool. We open the tool and go first to the README side. This tool serves to determine your soil profile and to find an irrigation schedule for a selected crop. It complements the water requirement tool where crop water requirements were determined. We move to the Geograpic Data sheet and find some data already in there. For our example, we eliminate the data from the sheet and use the data of the country case card Kenya as a demonstration, but naturally you would use your own data. You find the country case card at the Energypedia Toolbox site by clicking on Training and moving to country case card Kenya. Download the case card and you find a Word file with the data of Mary's farm, her situation and questions to answer. We go to the soil texture calculator. The soil type is an important factor in determining how fast and how often irrigation should be scheduled. Like a sponge, the soil absorbs and holds water depending on the percentage of the three main components, that is sand, silt and clay. If we know the percentage of sand and clay, we can fill in the data. For Mary's farm, we do not know exactly. Let us assume 10% of sand and 50% of clay. Silt will be automatically filled in to give 100%. The graph on the right-hand side shows you, with the red dot, the soil situation within the three determinants, sand, clay and silt. As you can see, there are some explanations for the soil characteristics on the lower left-hand side. Definitions are given for the field capacity and the permanent wilting point. If you do not know the data for your own soil you want to irrigate, go to the sheet how this tool works. Determination of the soil type is explained in the second paragraph. It is easier than you think. We go back to the irrigation schedule sheet. We have already filled in the data from the country case card Kenya for the main daily temperature and the rainfall in the Geograpic Data sheet. It automatically appears in this table. Please be careful using the correct data for the area measurement unit. A potential conversion between acre and hectare must be filled in manually by using the factors of the conversion table. For Mary's farm, we use a crop of tomatoes of 1 acre with the 1st of March as planting time, an average growing time, and micro sprinkler as irrigation scheme. Normal spacing of the crops. If we go further down, we have silty soil as already determined in the previous sheet. We choose a medium root depth. We can now look at the table below and see the irrigation amount of the irrigation interval for a month of March up to August. The minimum water storage reservoir capacity for daily rotational irrigation is as well calculated. It is 26 cubic meters. A water storage tank is essential when irrigation intervals are long because the pump operates only on daytimes when the sun is shining. The pump fills the tank from which the crops are irrigated. This allows for a smaller pump to be used. Since the size of the water storage tank is also costly, the storage capacity should also be kept to a minimum. Therefore, a rotational irrigation routine should be implemented in the following way. Irrigation is done daily to one section on the field, with a new section being irrigated the following day. The section have then to be divided according to the irrigation interval days. This optimizes the size of both the storage tanks and the water pump. The graph shows well the intervals in days. This is the blue line. The red bars show the water requirement per irrigation application in cubic meters. The summary sheet summarizes the table and the graph as seen in the irrigation schedule sheet before. The sheet how this tool works has already been mentioned before. Besides the determination of the soil type in paragraph 2, it explains the calculation of the irrigation schedule in 4 steps. On the crop information sheet, you can find comprehensive crop data of most common crops. 3 different crop growing periods are given, that is minimum, maximum and average crop growing period. The crops and their water requirement are given for different stages of the crops, beginning with the initial stage, the crop development stage, the mid-season stage and the late season stage. Other crops can be inserted into the table if their data are known.